Hi, Jez back from Nigezza.blogspot.com, and I'm doing another project using a mixture of Celebration and the new products in the Spring Summer catalogue. So we're going to make this. I'm going to change the colours a little bit, and also with this card I'd use the alcohol markers to colour in these flowers. I ain't going to do that. That was fiddly. I needed a magnifying glass, and yeah, because my eyesight's so bad. So I'm going to heat emboss this, and I think I'm going to use some watercolouring. Okay, so it'll be a little bit different. Okay, so to the happy comes from the Happy Wishes, which is this stamp set, which is it's a 2-pack stamp set, and this is one of the level 2 celebration items. So normally with celebration is you spend £45 and you choose from it free. Because this is a big stamp set, then you spend £90 to get this one free. But there are so many wonderful sentiments in it, and I love this Happy and Best with the flowers, and I think it goes really well with the petal palette, which is what we're also going to use. So we're going to use the leaf framelit from Petals and More, and we're using the leaf stamp there from Petal Palette. This is Petal Palette, which is another 2-pack stamp set, lots and lots of elements in that. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is stamp the happy, and then heat emboss the happy. Okay, so because it's quite a large stamp, I'm going to take the ink pad to the stamp, to make sure it's all fully inked up. And then I'm going to stamp it. Stamp it down. It's archival, so I like to give it a little minute. And then I'm going to sprinkle some clear powder all over it. I didn't use my embossing buddy. I just forget all the time. I had a class the other day, and they just kept telling me off. They went, "Look, you're supposed to be showing us how to do it, and you keep forgetting." I went, "I know." Right. So that's heat embossed, lovely. And then I'm going to stamp the 2 sentiments, the wishing you were above and the birthday below. So I'm going to do them separately because this is not pigment ink, so it actually dries a bit quicker. So I'll do the wishing you first. And then birthday. I really like the font in this. I think it's quite stunning. So sticking the birthday down underneath. Give that a sprinkle. There we go. And then I'm just going to heat emboss that. There we go. So that's that done. So before I chop it down, I'm going to do the watercolouring. So I'm using my watercolour pencils, and I'm just going to go over the bits that's the leaf. Because it's watercolour, you can be quite quick. Because it's embossed, it's quite forgiving. So it's easy not to go over the edges. Okay, and then we'll do some of the flowers. Randomly putting some colour down there. Do some pink. So this is going to have a much more subtle colours. Than the other one I did. A bit more green. I'm not wearing my glasses, so it is quite hard for me to tell. Okay, and then I'll just come in with my brush and just move that around, so you just get in a faint bit of colour there. But in much less time than I did with the aqua painters. Not the aqua painters, the blends. Okay, so that's just a little hint of a colour there on it. Okay, right, so then we just need to trim that down, save those bits, and then I am going to stamp on this. I'm going to use a bit of scrap, stamp on this. I've already mounted the leaf, and I'm going to do tone on tone, and I'm going to stamp all over it in Dapper Denim. I'm going to put the stems to the middle because that's the bit you're not going to see, so you just get the leaves showing. And then I'm just going to do some leaves on the inside of the card to give that a bit of interest. There's some leaves coming down from the top for the centre of the card. Okay, and then what I did is I wanted a little bit of interest on this side. So here I've used Emerald Envy and I just cut a leaf coming down. So I'm using the thinlits and I'm just going to cut some Tranquil Tide out of this and I'll come back to you. So now I can start assembling the card. So using some fast fuse. Let's do this. Leaving border all the way around. And then stick this across the centre of the card. Keep knocking it. Stay straight. So the Tranquil Tide is the same width as the card. And then I'm just going to stick this coming down and then cut off the excess. So I am using my fine tip glue pen to do this. So I'm just going to add bits on the backs of the leaves where there is a little bit more cardstock. And then stick it down. About there. And then I'll take your paper snips and just snip off that bit at the back. And then we just need to adhere it. Well, we need to put the lid on the back of our fine tip glue pen before it dries up. Do that in the middle. You could put another sentiment in the middle or leave it to write your own. So there we have it. So one that was embossed and watercoloured, one that wasn't embossed and I used the blends on, and I just changed the colours up a little. I think I prefer that green myself to that. Okay, all the measurements will be on the blog, nigezza.blogspot.com, and I'll be back again soon with another project. See you again.